Everybody's got that list. The places we say we'll go one day. You ever just sit and imagine yourself in another part of the world, not just vacationing, but becoming a different version of yourself? They say travel changes you, but what if the right places could really reveal who you really are? Today, I'm sharing my own bucket list. Not just where I want to go, but why each place speaks to who I'm becoming. The dream destinations that speak to my soul. These aren't just trips I want to take. They're chapters I need to live. I'm Big Dame, and you know what time it is. Yo, what's happening, everybody? Greetings and welcome to another edition of You Know What Time It Is. It's your resident timekeeper, Big Dame, and I want to thank y'all for joining me for another broadcast. So, these are my own dream destinations when it comes to fulfilling my own bucket list that I've been having for myself for quite some time now. Now, being that I'm almost 40 years of age, it would almost seem like I would never be able to travel to most of these destinations. I haven't really traveled too much outside this country. But guess what, y'all? Bam! That's right. Your boy's got a passport. I'm a passport bro now, or at least I'll become one. And in due time, I'm gonna take you all on the journey with me whenever I travel to these places. But for right now, let's get started with the first destination on my bucket list. Tokyo, Japan, the art of precision. Tokyo reminds me that discipline isn't restriction, it's freedom. Everything about this city moves with rhythm and purpose. From the trains to the fashion to the food, it's all about mastery. Tokyo's the kind of place that sharpens you. I think it should be no surprise that a lot of things I consider cool come from the beautiful country of Japan. I've been wanting to visit Japan ever since I was a kid. Whether it's some of my favorite video games, or even Japanese animation, aka anime, or just a lot of the culture, everything about that place just really speaks to having that experience you just will not get in most other parts of the world. And for me, being able to go to Tokyo, or any part of Japan for that matter, that is certainly a destination I want to go before I transition out of this earth. And with this passport, anything's possible. Cape Town, South Africa, the place of perspective. There's something about standing on a mountain and looking out at both land and sea. Cape Town feels like the balance between power and peace, raw nature meeting refined culture. It's a reminder to stay grounded, but still rise. When it comes to the country of Africa, there's so much heritage, so much history. You don't want to trip off of all the stuff you hear about on the news. Africa is a beautiful continent. Cape Town in specific is a beautiful part of South Africa. Hell, maybe even Johannesburg. I got a feeling that I'll be able to visit that place sooner than you think. I'll just leave it there. Rome, Italy, the legacy of greatness. Rome is legacy. Every stone, every street, every statue tells a story that outlived the people who built it. That's what I want for my life, to build something timeless. A legacy that simply cannot be destroyed. You know the old saying, do as the Romans do. Romans were builders. They built that city inside and out. Rome can be used as a metaphor for how you should be able to build your own life. That architecture, that foundation, everything is all about building stuff that outlasts you. And that's definitely something I want for my life. Toronto, Canada, the calm between hustle. Hell, most of Canada have this rare energy, creative yet peaceful, a place you can grind and still breathe. It serves as a reminder that balance isn't weakness, it's wisdom. I'm here in the United States. Canada is considered the neighbor to the north. And there's always been something about that particular land that I find very unique, very special. And it ain't just the fact that it snows most of the time up there. there's just a certain calmness that you would not be able to get even down here in most parts of the United States. In addition to having, let's just be real, universal healthcare, but then even in recent times, it seems like Canada just want to be America 2.0. But that still does not deter me from wanting to visit Canada. Whether it's Toronto, Vancouver, hell, even Saskatchewan. There's so much of Canada that I would love to explore. And once again, it might be sooner than you think. Paris, France, the expression of self. Paris is art in motion, confidence, emotion, expression. It reminds me to own my story unapologetically. Folks, there's a reason why a lot of people travel to Paris specifically. It ain't just to see the Eiffel Tower. It ain't just to see the Louvre. It's an experience. Whatever preconceived notions you may have against Paris, just throw that out the window, okay? I believe that Paris, France just has an eclectic aura to it that most other places in the world simply do not have. Who knows? You might be able to find something there that you certainly want to bring back with you. You know what I mean. Above all else, it symbolizes what it means to be your unapologetic self. And that's an experience I at least want to have once before I leave this earth. And the very last place that I want to visit on my bucket list is also a place I've actually been. That's right, I'm talking about New Orleans, Louisiana. Now, back in 2017, me and my special friend at the time, we pretty much went down there to board the cruise coming from New Orleans, going into the Gulf of Mexico. I got to stay down there in the French Quarters. It was absolutely magnificent. But there's so much of New Orleans I have yet to discover. Like I said, I was only down there just to catch a cruise. But there's still so much of that city that is so vibrant. And I just want to be able to experience. And the good part is, you don't even have to leave the country. And you don't even have to have this, unless you don't have real ID, of course. You can be able to just get yourself a plane ticket. It's only just a few hours. Boom, you're right there, baby. I would love to be able to go back to New Orleans and just experience much of that city. And I got a feeling it's gonna be something I can go back to more than once. Now, every place that's on this list isn't just a dream, it's a reflection of where I'm going inside and out. Because when you set your sights on something bigger than your current reality, that's when life starts to shift. So wherever you are, start building your own list, not just for travel, but for transformation. That does it for this edition of You Know What Time It Is. I want to thank all of you for joining me for another broadcast. If you like what you've seen, make sure you hit that like button. Also, hit that subscribe button so we can keep making videos like this, and share this with everyone you know. What are some places that's on your bucket list? Drop it down in the comments. Make sure you follow You Know What Time It Is on all social media platforms at YKWTII Broadcast. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter/X, and TikTok at RealBigDame314. So until the next broadcast, it's your resident timekeeper, Big Dame, and I am OUT. Peace.